Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your end of January into February love reading. I'm Princess India if you're new. If you're family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards. We're going to be looking at you guys as well as your person of interest for the end of January going into February. So let's see what is going on with you guys. The Sagittarius need to know for the end of January going into February, please, Spirit. Anything of utmost importance. All right, we got one card out already. Okay, we have the Five of Chalices in the reverse. So it's looking like to me that there's somebody from you guys past that you guys were still holding a flame for, or that you felt emotionally connected to, or simply just that you missed. And I feel that coming into the end of January, I feel that you guys are kind of feeling a sense of, coming to us. I'm trying to figure out how I'm taking this. You guys are coming to a place of okay or not. We got the Fool in the reverse. Coming to a place of closure with the situation. So here's the thing. Seeing the Fool reverse here, what this is saying to me is that there's a person from your past you guys are getting over, in the sense that you're not fully like grief stricken. You know what I mean? You're not, it's almost like you're coming out on the lighter side of the grieving process. However, as of now, in the present, I don't really see you guys fully moving on. So it's kind of like being in that transitional phase. It's like, of course, the 5 stages of grief are not linear. So this would more or less be you guys just not being in the full-on like depression stage. Like, I would say this is someone who's coming towards the side of acceptance, but it's not having fully accepted it. So it's kind of like having awareness of accepting that, okay, this is over. I've had my time of grieving, but you're not yet ready to step out and act on it just yet, which is totally normal. And we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like you guys are more or less in a transitional period when it comes to this partnership. I don't really feel, at least what I'm picking up from just this, I don't really feel like you guys are necessarily ready to connect with another person just yet, or to get into another relationship. So if there's somebody who is, you know, oh, good Lord, someone who is in your vicinity that may be, you know, offering, you know, for you to go out on a date, or, you know, something along those lines. It's not really looking to me that you guys are necessarily ready for that just yet. Because like I said, with the 5 of Cups in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse, that says to me that you're coming out of this process. You're not in the thick of it anymore. But, so like I said, not the sad, like, you know, crying type of thing. So you're coming around to acceptance, but I don't really feel like y'all are yet ready to, you know, have, to start dating yet, right? But another thing I would say with this, and this is more or less like a forewarning, I don't remember whose reading I picked up this energy in, but it's making sure that just being cognizant of where you are emotionally. Like you want to be present, conscious, and aware of what it is that you're feeling, because I do get the sense that there's the possibility of stifling oneself emotionally, where as opposed to coming into the last stage of grief, which would be acceptance, learning lessons from one's past experiences and integrating that into one's knowledge base and moving forward with a clean slate. I am feeling this energy of a person being emotionally stunted. I'm not saying that for everyone, but I'm just saying in the event where a person would like close their heart off. So it's more or less you were grieving, but it's like forcing yourself to kind of suppress those feelings, because either it could be, you know, you needed to show up at work, like, or, you know, you're a provider or something along those lines, where you feel like you have to put on your strong face. So it's kind of stifling your grieving process and suppressing the emotions as opposed to going through the process. And this would end up being a stagnation that would, you know, kind of perpetuate into the future if it's not handled. To where a person, and we've been talking about that a lot this month, about our heart chakra and closing off our heart space, and I refer to it as the Four of Pentacles energy. So it's more or less when we're grieving or we're hurting or we're feeling pain in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if it becomes too much, a lot of times people will elect to completely shut down emotionally, right? To not feel the pain. But the whole thing is with energy, it can't be created or destroyed. And I refer to emotions as energy and motion. So if there's emotions that you're feeling and you suppress them, they're not going anywhere. You're just putting them in a proverbial, you know, pressure cooker, so to speak. So they'll come out eventually. But what happens with this is when we shut off our heart space to not feel unpleasant emotions, we inadvertently stagnate our energy. We exit flow, thus disconnecting from spirit, disconnecting from other people. We become very, very cerebral, and we're end up like over time becoming out of alignment with ourselves, meaning our emotional body, you know what I mean, and our spiritual connection. So I just want to throw that in there, just as a forewarning to not fully give up on love, and not meaning that just in the romantic sense. It's just, you know, like love in the bigger ethos sense, you know what I mean, because of you know, a loss that you guys have experienced, past tense. Now with your person of interest, we have the High Priestess, then we have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So this is kind of looking to me like a breakup for sure. And I feel I want to clarify these, because with this High Priestess, I can see this two different ways. With your person of interest, and before I speak too soon, I want to, because I get the sense with this, like, just looking at these as is, I feel with your person of interest, like there's more to the story. I don't quite know what that is. That's a really weird vibe I'm getting from that. There's more to this story. Yeah. And this is that my energy's being brought back to the Sag energy too. It's like I'm seeing going backwards. It's suppressing this emotion. It's like it's making you go backwards, proverbially speaking. And what I would mean by that is you're regressing by suppressing this. But I feel with this person like there's more to this story. But oh hell. Okay, we have the Strength card in the reverse, clarifying the High Priestess. Interesting. Y'all, I'm not saying anything right now because I really need to get the gist of what this is telling me before I speak, because I just don't want to, I don't want to make it confusing where I go off on my assumption and then spirit tell me something totally different, and then, you know, I done brought you all down the wrong trail. What is up with that? There's more to the story. What is the more to the story? What is it that I'm not seeing? Am I not supposed to know that? Every time the High Priestess comes up, whenever the High Priestess comes up for me, like, because you know how I'm looking at y'all and your person of interest, when the High Priestess comes up, in a person of interest place, typically that's not your damn business. You know what I'm saying? And me looking at the strength in the reverse against that, and it's like it's still drawing a blank for me, but I'm persistent. So I'm like, are you really saying that's not my damn business? Or what? Like, what we really saying here? There's more to the story. But it's like with this past energy, with the High Priestess and the strength in reverse, I'm not seeing it. And what I mean by I'm not seeing it is I could take the literal interpretations of these cards that they say in tarot books, but I'm saying intuitively, I'm seeing a void with these two cards against each other. Like, that's blank to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I went with a literal interpretation, you know what I'm saying? I could say something like, there is, secrets being kept in relation to, someone's hedonism or lack of self-control, but that doesn't feel right to me. It's like this literally feels vacant to me, like, you know what I'm saying? But with this Page of Wands, it's like this person, I feel like, I don't know, it's like with them, there's like, it's almost like they're seeking something or looking for something, and that's not making sense to me. I don't know what that, I don't know what that's about. Let me just, let me clarify this here. We got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh man, that's a lot going on. That's the energy that I was talking about. That's the energy that I was talking about with Aries. Did I just say Aries? Why does Aries energy keep doing that? I meant to say with Sagittarius. Why does Aries energy keep coming up in all of the readings like that? Good Lord. I don't know if that's a Freudian slip or what. But what I was talking about here, I was saying that Four of Pentacles energy, that's coming up in the reverse here. Dude, I don't know. It's like I get the vibe with this person almost like the first thing I hear is there's more to this story, right? But with the Page of Wands, I'm getting this sense of needing to dig deeper. But it's the fact that I'm not getting anything from this High Priestess card in the Strength in the reverse. And then with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like a refusal to open up, but needing to dig deeper. But all of this being the reason why everything is off kilter, though. Like, it's almost like, I don't know, like there's something going on with this person. I'm gonna figure it out, though. Because I'm feeling such of a disconnect here. Oh, Lord, and the Hierophant. This is so strange. Does this person, like, are they married or something? This is so odd, y'all. Like, it's literally like I'm looking at this and it's so conflicting. Like I'm saying, if I look at it traditionally, that's one thing. But it's like, that doesn't feel right to me. It's like, it's almost like I'm looking at this and it's almost as if what's going on with this person. And I mean, of course, like with the high priestess, it's like, you know, like I said, when that comes up in somebody else's energy, it's like, it's none of your goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally the vibe I'm getting, because it's like, traditionally, I could see this. But it's like, as I'm seeing it now, because, okay, let me tell you this. If I were to just do this straight with traditional meanings, right? And just completely knock out my intuition, it's like what this would be saying to me, well, the first intuitive hit that I got is, there's something more going on here. What this would say to me, if I were to look at this literally, this would be a sense of, this person was put on hold. Sagittarius was put on hold, right? This person kept this person waiting, right? So they're restraining themselves from ever moving forward with the situation, so on and so forth, for whatever reason, it's excuses and things of the sort, right? Now, the construction of this relationship, to me, of how I would see this, if I'm just looking at this traditionally, would be that it's something kind of non-traditional. It was something very passionate, something very fun, you know, just very fluid and open, like no title, we're just seeing where this goes type of deal, very passionate, so on and so forth, right? But it's more or less because of what has transpired back here. This would lead to what I'm seeing with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands in reverse, which to me would be saying that this person would be a married person. And the reason why there was always the, you know, having you wait and pushing things back and making excuses, and the reason why things were never really made stable, and why it was that the connection was really, you know, like very passionate based and things of the sort, is because the thing that Sag didn't know is that this person was married or in some sort of stable commitment. You see what I'm saying? So that would more or less be putting this high priestess into like the side chick type of energy, in a sense, you know? And it's more or less like it was a passionate connection with Sagittarius, but it's like this is more or less like this person has been holding back emotionally from like the spouse person because of this connection with Sag. And it's like that's causing issues in the household. So it's like they had to end stuff with Sagittarius, or cut Sagittarius off to go take care of their house to get everything back on track, right? So that's if I'm just looking at the regular meanings. But that does not feel right to me intuitively. It's like intuitively, it feels like there, like how I said initially, there's more to the story. So I don't know if the more to the story would be that, if the more to the story would be that everything I just said from the traditional meaning, that's something that y'all did not know. You know what I'm saying? The fact that this person is married and you don't know that they're married. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that they were keeping from you, like them presenting themselves as if they're this single person and they're not. But I don't really feel like that's the case. I'm about to clarify this with another deck. I mean, if that resonates with your situation, by all means. But it's like, I have to trust my niggle. You know what I'm saying? My niggle is saying something different. My niggle is like, But it may very well just be that it ain't my damn business. But like I said, I'm persistent. You know what I'm saying? I need spirit to really be like, it's not your damn business. And then I'll be like, all right, it's not my damn business. You know what I'm saying? How many minutes we at? 20? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yin Yang cycle and victory. Huh. Interesting. That resonates there. So now this makes sense to me. With this card, when it's in the upright, the yin yang card, they're in a yin cycle. So it's a time of inaction. With this strength in the reverse, and it's like with the high priestess, this is more or less this person not making moves because this is going to benefit them. Now, energy signature wise, this feels more in alignment with what it is that I'm feeling, because I feel there's a sense of, there's a secrecy here with not knowing what it is that they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel this person more or less with the strength card, it's like, it's almost like self-restraint, like self-control literally within the person's being. So it's something that they're not taking action on. Now, putting that in the sense of, in reference to you guys, it's more or less not moving forward with you. But with this victory being here, it's like there's more to the story. Them not moving forward, or them not taking action, or them just kind of stalling out, that's benefiting them somehow. Because I don't know why, it's like I'm picking up on this vibe of something about like this person's perception towards Sagittarius. But the thing that I'm saying is, the thing I'm kind of worried about, but like I said, I'm not tripping, because if I'm not supposed to know something, spirit is totally going to block me from seeing it. But it's like, it's almost as if like this person doesn't want Sagittarius to know what it is that they're doing, because it's like a perception they have of Sagittarius where it's like, kind of like that, that's a scripture. Don't let the right hand know what the, that's not my right hand. Don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. You know what I'm saying? The door to romance. Huh. Oh, yeah, y'all. I apologize for my pauses and silence, but I'm treading lightly because I don't want to speak too soon, because all of the things that my inferences would say, I feel like would throw a person for a tailspin, because this feels very touchy. And then we have the man holding the heart in the reverse. And then with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And there's more to this story. With the Page of Wands, there's a need to look deeper. There's a need to look deeper. Like, that's the two main things I'm getting, Sag. There's more to this story. There's a need to look deeper. Like, and with the man holding the heart coming out, that's somebody who's an emotional manipulator. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like you need to look deeper at this person. Y'all, these readings, they have been so long. I apologize for that. But all these daddies coming out like this. It's like, this is like the second chakra in the reverse. Oh my goodness. And that's someone's emotional center. So the man holding the heart in the reverse, and then with the second chakra being in the reverse, and then being your emotional center, this is someone who's emotionally unavailable. Oh. Oh, I get it. Okay. So this person is there, what do you call this? This is like a form of emotional blackmail. Oh, what is this? I talked about this in somebody else's reading. Leo's reading was legit about straight narcissism. But I think I talked about this in somebody else's reading. I can't remember who it was. But it's like, I was talking about the reset button, right? I don't remember who that was. But I was talking about future faking, and I was talking about the reset button. And the reset button is a technique. It's like an emotional manipulation tactic that's used by people to prevent a relationship from progressing. Like it keeps a relationship in the same state. So, and I was talking about that in reference to, a person who is like emotionally unavailable and all these other kind of things. But it's like, the thing for me is, this isn't really so much in that context of like my energy isn't being brought to the aspect of the why this person is the way that they are, just simply to the fact that they are this way. You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost like, if you put it in the sense of like ghosting is a technique that's utilized to employ the reset button. So if you think about this in the sense of a cycle, it's like, what's going to happen is, say two people are together, like you meet for the first time, and there's this high intensity emotional connection, and it's passionate and chemistry and so on and so forth, right? And then you're spending every day with this person, and you're talking about your lives and all this stuff, and you're really connecting. And then suddenly this person just disappears. They ghost, right? And this leaves a person in like 5 of Cups energy. So it's like, you're stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand what happened. What did I do? Did I say something wrong? That goes back to what I was saying with the energy. When I look back up at this, like when I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's something more going on here. And I said, Sagittarius, it's like you're going backwards. It's like you're regressing, right? And I'm going to tell y'all too, if y'all haven't watched my video, what I said, I put up yesterday, the shocking truths about ghosting, situationships, soulmates, and self-love, you might want to watch that, because I'm not going to bore you to death with explaining all that stuff again in your reading. But I was talking about that. It's like, so it's a sense of regression that happens. And I was saying that with y'all. And I was like, the whole thing, like, don't cut yourself off from love and show up in the 4 of Pentacles energy, because what you're experiencing is so painful. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, this person ghosts you. You spend a lot of time, effort, and energy trying to figure out what you did wrong, or why, or yearning for the person, or going through old text messages, reading line by line, and you know what I'm saying? Like trying to reach out to them, begging for them to talk to you, and them not saying anything. That's where this High Priestess comes in as like the veil, proverbially speaking, not spiritual veil, but I mean like curtain call. You know what I'm saying? And the Strength in reverse, where this person is holding back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that sense of there's something else going on here, to where it's like this shade is put up purposefully so you don't know what's going on over here, right? With this yin card, it's in action, no action being taken, but it's like that's benefiting the person with the victory card. And it's like, how the hell could you hiding what it is that you're doing be benefiting you? You know what I'm saying? And the key is with the door to romance, right? It's because that keeps the door open to this person and keeps their heart, like literally, if you're looking at this card, it's a heart and a cage. The door is open because there's unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? So just like I was saying with Sag, it's the fact that I don't feel like you're in the thick of depression or sadness or whatever anymore, but you're not fully moving forward with the Fool in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? But then with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, it's like, it's not being ready to date anyone. And I was saying that's totally normal when you're coming out of a breakup, but it's just the fact that intuitively Spirit is showing me like you're going backwards, you're regressing. You know what I'm saying? So there's an energy of stagnation here. So it's not just like, you know, I'm coming out of this and I'm just not ready to move forward. It's like we're going backwards, and it's like, okay, why is that? You know what I'm saying? So with the door to romance, we could sit up here and say, oh, well, maybe behind the scenes, the person is like, you know, preparing some really great hoo-ha surprise love type of thing. No. Because with this Page of Wands, it's like that's an immature energy. You know what I'm saying? With the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you're holding back. The only thing they're not giving anything that's of substance or that's tangible. You know what I'm saying? That's like building worthy. That's being held back. The only thing that's given more or less is passion. But the thing I'm hearing with this card is like there's a need to look deeper. What's the deeper? The fact that this person holds back. The fact that this relationship was very passionate based. It was not really so much, at least the people who would resonate with this, is not something, it was promises of things to come, but it just has never gotten there, right? And with the man holding the heart in the reverse, this is someone who is emotionally manipulative and emotionally unavailable. That's, you know, pretty much confirmed here with the second chakra in reverse, because the sacral chakra is the emotional center of all human beings. With this being in the reverse, you know, that's blocked. They're holding back emotions, right? The Four of Wands reverse, that's creating instability. You know what I'm saying? But with the Hierophant, that's still a level of control in a sense. And also like a clarity, like this gives me insight into the intention. With this being under the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups being in the reverse, you know what I'm saying? The cup not runneth over. With the Four of Wands, it's an unstable connection, partnership, what have you. You know what I'm saying? The Hierophant upright, this person is in control, but still their emotions are cut off. So what can I surmise from that? How is it that someone is doing something in secret and holding back, and this is benefiting them, but it's keeping the door to romance open when this person is in the reverse when it comes to emotions, right? Putting that all together, taking into account where Sagittarius is and the fact that they're regressing, puts this is like a traits of behavior that I'm putting together into something that has a name, which would be this term of the reset button. And that is where this whole ghosting thing comes in, because this isolates a relationship to stay right where it is. So where this comes into a cycle is, like I said, you meet the person, then all of a sudden the person disappears. You're spending this time wondering, trying to figure out what went wrong. Suddenly the person comes back. Why do you let them back? Because you want an explanation for why it is they up and left. You want to know what it is that you did wrong so you can fix it. Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Was I putting too much pressure on you? Like, was I not being understanding of your situation? You know what I mean? And then the person can come back with a whole laundry list, you know what I'm saying? Or not. Maybe it's just like, oh, I was going through something, whatever the case may be. And you're on your best behavior, making sure, especially if they said that it's something that you did that made them leave, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to try to be on your best behavior to not exhibit those behaviors so that the person doesn't leave again. So now we're in our honeymoon phase. Everything's fine. Everything's back to normal. And it's like things are progressing. And then as soon as things are getting to a place to where it would be coming to a stage of emotional depth, like it going to the next level, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's in commitment or emotional intimacy, suddenly the person will disappear again, right? And you're back to where you were before. So here's that regression. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you fast forward this to this transpiring for like 5 years, right? It's like I've known a person for 5 years, but the relationship is still in that same beginning stage, even though you've known them for 5 years. So you know more and more of the person, but you've never experienced what it would look like to be in a fluid, open, Ace of Cups having, Four of Wands upright having, Hierophant outcome card type of relationship. It's almost as if it's stuck like a broken record and it's the same thing over and over and over again. But the thing that makes a person stick around is the hopes that one day together we're going to walk through this door of romance, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I'm seeing with this person, with them being emotionally removed, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, with your own specific situation, I'm just telling you what's going on. It's up to you where we go with this from here. But if that's the scenario of what this has been, that's something that you need to take into account. You know what I'm saying? If a lot of time has progressed and yet the relationship hasn't maturated at all. Because how it's looking to me here, this isn't serving you because it's keeping you stagnant. It's keeping you stagnant. And I mean, rightfully so, it's understanding, because if you love and you care about a person, it's the fact that the door is always open, because it's the unknown that this person knows that they can always come back, and knows in a sense that they have your heart on lock and key, because it's the trying to, like, needing closure or understanding or how are we here, or why do you keep leaving type of deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's a form of manipulation. That's a sense of control. But like I say, with the Hierophant here, it's like this person is controlling you emotionally by them holding back. And that's like human behavior. That's like behaviorism, behavioral conditioning. That's like positive and negative reinforcement, like B.F. Skinner type of stuff. It's giving you a few breadcrumbs and then holding back because it keeps you sitting there waiting for the next amount of breadcrumbs. Because it's gotten to the point now where it's like you don't really know what it is that's making them come back or leave. You know what I'm saying? And we can rationalize a myriad of different reasons why, you know what I'm saying? Especially if we go back to the scenario of like what I said, if I were to go just by the traditional meanings, that, this person is married and, their partner, the person that they're married to doesn't want to see this person happy with you. So they're keeping this person away and all this other kind of stuff. We could say that, but regardless of what the why is, that's what I'm saying, Spirit isn't really having me focus on the why, which is different with Sag's reading as opposed to the others. It's not really so much about the why. It's I'm being led to speak to you guys on what's happening. So the why is irrelevant. this is what's happening. It doesn't matter why this person is doing what they're doing. It doesn't matter who or what influenced them. Their childhood is irrelevant that led them to be this particular way. All of that is irrelevant. And Spirit is just leading me to say, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. For those of you who resonate with this. But this is what's happening. This person is not sharing emotion. They're maintaining control. It's benefiting them to hold back emotion from you. It's affecting you in this way, and the fact that it's keeping you kind of in this, static kind of state is preventing you from moving forward, and it's inadvertently regressing you, because if something is not adding to you, it's inadvertently taking away, So even though in a sense you're better off than you were, with the 5 of Cups being in the reverse, it's just the fact that it's more or less your energy is more oriented to the past, and it's starting to affect you emotionally, like heart chakra wise. You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less, this is what's happening, and it's one needing to make a decision based on this is what's happening. Not why it's happening, but this is what's going on. So what decision are you going to make in reference to it? Are you happy? If you're not, do you want to stay the way that things are now, or do you want to make a decision to go into another direction, in so many words? But 41 minutes in, Sagittarius, I am going to play the rest of this out on Vimeo. I'm going to look at how the person is thinking and feeling about you. But now I'm going to throw the dice of resonance. You can answer yes or no question. But I'm going to finish playing these cards out to see what else I can get from this. And I'm going to look at how the person is thinking and feeling about you, to give you more information on, how it is that you want to progress forward. We have Libra, we have Gemini, we have Rising, we have No, and we have Friend. And I'm going to pull some initial cards and some zodiac cards for you all. 41 minutes. That is banana pants. We have L as in Larry, E as in Edward, and A as in Apple. Or someone named Leah. Just kidding. First sign is Aries. This is Aries. That totally slipped out of my mouth. So ironic. Whoa. But then we have Taurus energy with the Hierophant too. And Leo energy. Oh, wow. Leo energy with the Strength in reverse. And then Pisces with the High Priestess. That's fascinating. Whoa. Aries, Scorpio, and Leo. Interesting. So that has been your reading, my beautiful Sagittarians. If you're about that extended life, follow me over there. If not, that's totally cool. I'm still going to love you free.